Hi, guys. Back again to tell you about how I feel about best player available types of draft strategies that you can use in the upcoming draft season. This one, again, name is pretty self explanatory. You simply draft who you feel is the best player, regardless of position. You're not going into this draft saying to yourself, well, I have to get a couple of running backs, get my wide receiver, get my tight end, get my quarterback. All you do is you look at who is on the board at the time of your draft pick, and then choose the best player available, whatever position they may play. And that may mean that you stock up on running backs, or you have nothing but wide receivers and running backs in your first handful of picks. And that just means that you'll eventually have to address the quarterback and tight end position. You just haven't felt like the best player on the board at that time that you've been picking have been quarterbacks or tight ends. You've just been stocking up on the best quarter or the best running back or the best wide receiver available at that time at that draft pick. So I do this again. I've done this draft strategy. I personally like covering my bases and getting my positions taken care of first. And yes, there may be a few instances where I have left a good guy on the draft or out on the, available to be picked by somebody else at the expense of just filling a roster position. But 9 times out of 10, I've noticed that if you get your roster filled out and then you get some depth behind your starting roster, it's not a bad thing. So I tend to go in, fill my front roster, and then you just kind of find great supplemental pieces for on your bench to replace those starters that you have. That's just me. That's the way I tend to go. Again, not the only strategy available. I have also taken advantage of just best player available where, a guy has fallen several rounds past his usual ADP or average draft position. And I can't help but draft him even though I don't have a quarterback yet or I don't have a tight end yet. So it can happen. It does happen. Again, let the draft come to you. But that's something that you can do to take care of your roster or fill your draft when you're drafting this season. But that is how I feel.